Jaguars' second half start. Maybe something was said to them in the locker room, and Romeo responding right out of the gates. Penetrating to his left, puts that ball up with his left hand, absorbs the contact. Beautiful finish.
Couldn't hit the free throw though, as Langford.
But the key is when you're facing a 12-point deficit, you want to try to get in the bonus as quick as possible, and you want to stay out of it defensively.
Wiggins couldn't finish. Langford comes up with a loose one. Romeo.
Oh, right.
Thought it was going to be another
contact there too. Yeah.
Thompson couldn't control it. Well, Avery
weren't taking just casual threes that weren't created well.
And remember how he started with patience. The two defenders jump in and he makes the right pass.
Say, Clay shuffled the pivot foot, and he read his lips there. Oh my God! See his response to that.
And the Spurs want to go on a run here to start. And you can tell by the look on Coach Kerr's face. He's probably thinking that's what's coming.
Halftime lead at 14 was their largest of the night. Keldon Johnson denied by Wiggins. Pirtle kept it alive. Trey Jones in the three.
There you go. The single digits right off the bat.
Looney at double figures.
Okay. Talking about the turnovers.
Yeah, so Clay shuffled a pivot foot. Kavan, same thing. And these are just empty possessions that have nothing to do with the Spurs.
You know what the Spurs did there that they didn't do in the first half? Two defenders commit to Steph. He makes the pass to the roller. First half, they didn't rotate over. You're getting dunks. That time they rotated over, caught Looney off guard a little bit.
Sohan is not a good three-point shooter at 20%. Missed there.
That's short.
Langford misses again. 3 of 10 are the Spurs from deep. Looney holding. And then Wiggins, perfect.
Yeah, it's the split action, and Clay comes off of it. Two defenders go with Clay. Wiggins is a beneficiary. It's happened all through the first half. Happened again there.
Keldon Johnson. And Pirtle will draw a foul. Now, what Steve Kerr's mad at, he's saying you're calling two travels on Looney and Clay. Keldon Johnson traveled before he began the move. He just wants that consistently done.
That was kind of a happy accident to have Pirtle at the line. You see two defenders go with Clay on that split action. That's their bread and butter. When all else fails, they can always go to that.
Draymond and David Guthrie having a professional conversation here. David handles that well. Scan the QR code to learn how you can access exclusive offers with your Chase card. Chase is a proud partner of the Golden State Warriors. Jakob Pirtle at age 27 will be a free agent in the offseason. He's 4th in the league in field goal percentage at 63.7. Averages nearly a double-double, 12.1 and 9.5 boards.
Well, he's been one of the best offensive rebounders in the league for a long time. He almost gets 4 a game. He impacts the game on that side. He's got really good touches of big man, too. That's kind of rare to see a big man that can go to floaters like he can.
Steph Curry with the flyby, but unable to hit the three. Steph is 1 of 5 from deep. He knows Draymond's got the 3 fouls.
Well, Draymond gapped him well there, but Sohan ate up that real estate pretty well and got creative.
Wiggins got it to Looney. Shot clock at 11. Clay going to work on Langford. And the fadeaway, perfect.
Yeah, Clay working off the dribble. Went to the crossover and stopped. The defender didn't really bite the fake, but he still scored.
Skip pass out to Keldon Johnson. A moon ball three is down. And off the made bucket, look at Clay and Draymond running it right back.
Clay working on his finishing game at the rim. That was pretty nifty there, but the opportunities they get in transition, the defense just isn't ready to defend. As simple as that.
I'm going to say, you're going to give Sohan all the threes he wants. Warrior lead at 8, though. And nothing has been comfortable on the road. Klay Thompson.
I don't know what Keldon Johnson was thinking there. He came off of Klay to check Looney. Klay will say, thank you very much.
Klay's getting in one of those modes. Don had a lot of fun with that. Quick hands of Andre Iguodala, but called for a foul in the process.
And Draymond Green was on him too.
So Wiggins, Iguodala, Steph, Draymond, and Klay.
Did they give him a foul there too?
They did. Jones up 2 screens. One-year player out of Baylor, Sohan. Somehow got that pass to Jones. Draymond inhaling rebounds. He's got 10. If you want to know what a playoff unit would look like, you could see Draymond at the 5 with Andre and Wiggins. Now, Iguodala did not play very much in the playoffs last year, but it's good to see Andre playing in 3 consecutive games. Iguodala. Nobody does it better. He knocked it away. Credit Sohan for getting it back. And then Pirtle missed the flip shot. And here come the Dubs again. Ball moving nicely to Wiggins. His three perfect.
That's transition. Once you get a stop, the ball's hopping around. They're going to find the odd man out. A lot of times it is a shooter.
Jones answering with a three of his own.
That's rare. Warriors will live with that usually.
Oh, Steph Curry. Speaking of threes.
Just Pirtle stepped out there, got one in the face.
Keldon Johnson and Pirtle keeping it alive. Iguodala with the rebound. The reason he can play this is Andre rebounds bigger than his size. He and Wiggins both. Steph missed everything on that three.
I think he was surprised he was open. They were jumping all around.
Now, Curry said in his Elite Eight run at Davidson, when they played at a dome, he said the volume comes differently. Like there's a wave of sound and then a second wave of sound.
Yeah, there was an Alamo Dome-sized roar when the Spurs ran out here. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, we're in a dome. There's a lot of people in here.
David Robinson will announce the official attendance at the end of the third, and this will be the NBA record. Draymond with a steal, Clay rewarding him and laying it up and in.
Draymond knew he could gamble there, got a piece of the ball, and just ran out. Clay saw him.
Warriors' biggest lead of the night is right now. And Wiggins fouling Richardson.
He's saying that he tangled me up. Richardson got a little crafty there. Look at Draymond just overplay this one. Anticipated the pass. They still threw it. And then he slows down, make sure Zach Collins isn't really coming. Perfect.
I think with all the track down blocks, I love what Draymond did there. Someone's behind me, bumper car, and then if he hits me, I lay it in, get a foul as well.
That's what you have to do. And lucky for Draymond, Zach Collins and LeBron James.
Jones missing Collins. When he retires, will the track down block be called the LeBron? Because that would be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, he's one of the guys you really think about with that.
He's known for it.
Draymond down the lane.
Mr. Fake Handoff strikes again. The rim is still shaking.
The Warriors have not had a blowout on the road this year. But this group of Warriors looks a lot like the defending champion group of Warriors.
And they're playing angry. That Suns loss did not sit well. And if Steph is coming off of your handoff, it's usually a good idea to fake it because defenders are going to fly at him. That's what happened.
Well, you've highlighted tonight the gravity of Curry is opening up so many other things for the Warriors.
They're all taking advantage of it.
Wiggins denied Keldon Johnson. Sohan can't finish it, but he can down a rebound. So good to have Andre healthy. The Keldon Johnson throwaway. Oh! And a little up and under dunk.
That was a Dominique double pump.
That was impressive. And Curry answers with a layup on the other end.
They're getting so many cuts and opportunities at the rim in transition.
The Warriors are like, you want to speed up the tempo, play back and forth? Come on in, the water's warm.
Yeah. Like
Zach Collins missing there. Outlet to Draymond and he's spun down.
They're trying to get him again. Look at Steph. He's like, did I throw him into that collision? But Draymond is a pretty good wide receiver. Steph will test his wide receiver skills.
Well,
Draymond's come up big. I remember that.
Draymond suited up for Michigan State one day in spring practice as a tight end.
The loose ball foul. The play is now being reviewed to see if it meets the criteria for a clear path.
And he knows Draymond has a really wide catch radius. He's got that wingspan.
So they're going to review this and see if it's a clear path foul. In other words, was he beyond Collins and Collins fouled him from behind, or was it a simultaneous? But now, okay, you've got the take foul, you've got the clear path foul, you've got the away from the play foul, you've got the flagrant foul. There's all kinds of fouls.
Yeah, penalize all of that. And Warriors have been getting out in transition so much tonight and throwing it ahead so much tonight. We were bound to see one of these.
So it's an interesting call because unless you saw like the free throw line across angle, was Draymond really free of Collins so far in front of him or not?
And then what about that other defender that was almost parallel?
David will have the...
After replay review, the defender's making a play on the ball for the pass. It is a common foul.
Okay, so Draymond was not far enough ahead, and there was a play on the ball, so not a take foul, not a clear path foul.
Yeah. And the play on the ball is something that comes into play with the clear path foul as well.
But yeah, and that's the whole idea is what they don't want is the grabbing of someone that would negate a layup or a run out, and they're trying to get that out of the game. And so the take foul, clear path both have the same idea of encouraging transition basketball.
You know, it's really actually impressive that Collins made a play on the ball. He almost didn't even know where it was coming from, just ran into him.
Three down the lane. Enough contact that Steph couldn't finish that layup. Sohan throws it away.
They got Sohan just overthinking it. They're gapping him. His pride is taking a hit probably because of the gapping, and he's just not able to think and play basketball.
Draymond to Iguodala. Look at the hands of Andre. But he had nowhere to go when he got up in the air. You talk about the gapping. What you're saying is because he can't hit a perimeter shot, they're daring him to shoot from the outside.
Look where Steph is right now. He just pushed him off. That could have been offensive.
Kick it out to Roby, missing there. So Greg Popovich just trying to find some kind of offensive combination because the Warriors are rolling right now, up 18. Iguodala missing that three. Isaiah Roby, another look. These are ones that on previous road trips, it seemed like every road team was making every three in the world against the Warriors.
Yep.
Steve Kerr going to use the timeout. 3:51 remaining in the third, and the Warriors' biggest lead is right now.
All right, my beautiful Spurs family, it is now time for Victory Capital's Half-Court Heroes. I absolutely love this game. Now, Victory Capital is located right here in San Antonio. To learn more about their investment products, visit VCM.com. Tonight's hero is Tavania Hamilton, who's an airman.
Warriors switched that one. He's just trying to attack off the dribble. He's strong. He's usually trying to finish through contact, but he's at the free throw line.
Keldon Johnson goes inside for a wing as good as anybody. I mean, that is his game.
He's powerful.
So much of his attacking is well done that WebEx by Cisco would like to sponsor it.
F1 racing has always demanded innovation. With WebEx, McLaren F1 drivers collaborate in ways never before imagined to help them reach peak performance. WebEx, driving hybrid work.
Johnson, 2 free throws. Klay Thompson with the shot clock at 9. DiVincenzo had that wonderful first half and rings the register for 3 here in the third.
They had nothing going there. Klay just dribbles around 2 defenders, go with him, and DiVincenzo's free.
Richardson missing, and here comes DiVincenzo pushing. Watching who Steve is playing Iguodala with is Klay. This is off back iron. But here's Iguodala with DiVincenzo and Jordan Poole. I mean, these are some interesting kind of bench units. The attacking inside. And this time Branham able to score.
Well, Coach Kerr talks about Iguodala, how he just has a connection with the guys. He just knows what to do, knows when to screen, knows when to reverse it. Great passer as they get all the way to the rim. Jordan Poole is on one tonight. He's done his job off the bench. You love his attack. You saw how far behind Richardson was, and he has the angle to the rim. Richardson's in recovery mode. Take the contact there, just finish through it. The speed is devastating.
Well, think of Jordan's game tonight. 15 points in 15 minutes, 3 assists, only 1 turnover, shooting it 5 of 8. I mean, this is a perfect night the way Jordan is playing.
And this is the start to the road trip you wanted for the bench, for Jordan Poole, for everybody. Like we talked about those last 3 losses at home. Kind of missed on the team morale boost, the confidence boost that at homestand should have been. So you start this road trip off right with this kind of performance as Branham knocks down another one. And you'll feel pretty good about yourselves for the rest of the road trip.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Chicago on Sunday and then MLK Day in D.C. against the Wizards, but then you go Boston, Cleveland to finish. So the first 3 games are really where you want to build something on this trip. Moses Moody, shot clock at 3. He checked it. Launches and hits the 3.
Everybody is cooking tonight.
The Warriors are shooting 60% for the game. Richardson rimming it out. Can Chase Center be made into a dome? We're going to find out.
Hey, this is what this crowd came to see.
I mean, the Warriors are undefeated on the road internationally, in Japan and in Canada, and they could be undefeated in a dome.
Listen, put on a show for the 65,000 strong.
McDermott, Lamb a little too physical on the runner.
Dermott has just been putting the ball on the floor constantly tonight. It's not surprising. This is a Spurs team that's rambunctious, but they have been struggling. And Popovich is not surprised. He's been teaching a lot. This is how it goes.
You can sign up for upcoming Warrior basketball camps powered by Rakuten. The President's Week camps are available in Oakland and Cupertino, February 20th to the 24th at gswacademy.com. Nothing worse than President's Day when the kids are at home. Get them out of the house. Get them learning about basketball. Burn off that energy, and then they can come back.
Right? I've been to some of those camps. They teach them well. Fundamentals.
See, we need the Kalena Broadcasting camp. Part of the GSW Academy as Pirtle blocks DiVincenzo there.
We'll live to see another day here. You got 11 seconds to execute something. How's your under out of bounds? Pirtle, give him credit, contained. Just time this one. It was a pretty nifty move by DiVincenzo, but well defended.
Moody working with Looney there, setting up DiVincenzo. His 3 is perfect. What a game for Dante. 7 of 11, he's got 18.
And they've been just getting great looks consistently tonight. Can't remember many bad shots at all.
Well, there's 6 players in double figures as Jones answers, and it's DiVincenzo's 18 that's leading the way. Avoided the turnover there. Moody soaring, but Pirtle will put him on the line.
See, when you're the more aggressive team, you're going to get rewarded for your aggression. And that's what happened there for Moody. Even if it was a questionable call or whatever, there was some contact there. But just the fact that you are relentlessly breaking the paint, you make the officials call it.
When San Antonio lost to Memphis in their last game, the Spurs gave the Grizzlies all they would want. San Antonio put 7 players in double figures. I'm watching that game thinking, 65,000 people, first game on a road trip, Warriors coming off that clunker against Phoenix. Popovich kind of laying in wait like, ugh. And I'm so pleased with the Warrior response the first 3 quarters here.
There's a sense of urgency to their game.
Yep. DiVincenzo with a foul on Jones from behind. But even flying out here in practice yesterday, just talking to a number of people, everyone's using it's the second half of the season. 20 and 21, the first 41. There's a lot of stuff to forget about. Second half of the season and doing it on the road, because the Warriors, the real OG Warriors, are real tired of 3 and 16 on the road and hearing about that all the time.
Yeah, and they're tired of sometimes playing down to their opponents, like especially on the road. These are the kind of games you want to win, right? You drop one in Orlando, you drop one to the Pistons in Detroit. Like, obviously, for teams like the Spurs, they're coming in here going, we're playing the champs. Well, like, let's go.
No, that's it.
For the Warriors, it's like, well, it's just another Friday. You know? But tonight,
everybody circles the dubs.
Exactly. But tonight, like 65,000 strong, start the road trip like you're talking about, start of the second half. Let's go.
Anthony Lamb, nice offensive rebound. 4-second game shot clock difference. Poole can't quite bleed it out. Lamb 3, perfect. So what you have to do on the flight to Chicago, man, I hear there's going to be 65,000 people at that Bulls game.
Just lie to them.
Brandon missing there, and the Warriors expand the halftime advantage, push it to 114-89. They have 3 road wins on the year. Could they get 3 road wins on this trip? Fourth quarter.
That Draymond Green pass. It was rough to start with, but it was still an epic night.
So this is now the record all-time in NBA history, 68-323. But how about young Kalen Azubuike attending a game and then later on playing in the NBA and then broadcasting the NBA? That's amazing.
Going full circle there. It's pretty cool. The first game you step on NBA court, it's a dream come true. And you just love playing in front of crowds, and to play in front of 68,000 people. You realize how ridiculous that is? Like,
incredible.
Few humans ever get to experience that.
Somewhere you're thinking, hey, if I get tickets, I'm going to start exchanging and making some money off of these things.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. It's not happening again.
Everything's electronic now. Rana missing inside. Lamb scoring on McDermott. Everybody in a Black Warrior uniform has played at an optimal level tonight. This has really been fun to watch. Dribble denied by Draymond. Moses Moody missing there. And, you know, what is 68,323? To put in perspective, the Niners play in front of 68,500.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be a full Levi Stadium.
Right. Football stadium size.
DiVincenzo traveled there.
You're just trying to continue to play good basketball. You got this huge lead, so you don't want to look at the scoreboard anymore.
Oh, now the wave is beginning.
Ooh.
The ripples of a wave at 68,323.
It's going to take a long time to get all the way around, do a 360.
Malachi Branham, and there's DiVincenzo with the defense. Running it back at McDermott, running with Moody, and Moses fouled.
It looked like Moses Moody was thinking about giving it back to him, but he made the right decision going up with it. DiVincenzo, again on the defensive end. This man plays with so much energy. He's locked in. Everybody's locked in. If you're not locked in tonight, you're the odd man out. But everybody has to match DiVincenzo's energy. He just brings it. And it just...
Anthony Lamb is going to get a high five from Zaza Pachulia. Moody got knocked to the ground. Lamb was in the backcourt. He sprinted 75 feet to go get, to make sure Moody was okay.
Yeah.
I love that. That's championship Warrior stuff.
Well, leave no teammate down.
Guy gets knocked down, you make sure you go get him. Make sure nobody on the opponent's giving him any business. I like that.
I love that. So now the wave is in full swing. Everybody's getting in on it.
Rule playing the D.
If it comes over here, do we do it, or should we just keep watching the game?
If you do the wave, you're doing the game in Chicago by yourself. Hurdle, missing the baby hook. The backstory in Warriors helping each other up off the deck comes from when Zaza first joined the team, as DiVincenzo misses the three. And they were in a film session. Steph was getting knocked down, Clay was getting knocked down, and Zaza was a new Warrior, and he said, hey, What's the deal with other teams knocking people down and we don't go get them? But Anthony Lamb he's 80 feet away.
Yeah.
He comes sprinting into the picture. All right, Moses, you all right? Let me make sure you're all right. I love that.
It's beautiful.
But Zaza spoke up and said, the rest of the year, if someone hits the deck, we, the Warriors, will be there to lift our teammate up right away. And we started watching it game in, game out, and that team was so connected, and they've got jewelry because of it.
It's the little things. That's culture. That's the family atmosphere, and cultivating that. And all the team dinners, the story you just told, it all adds to that.
Jordan Poole on McDermott. The high floater to put it up and in.
Off the wrong foot, that was sweet. And again, when he sees McDermott on him, okay, it's time to eat.
Back out to Brandon, missing there. Draymond's rebounding everything tonight. The floor game and energy of Draymond Green has been fun. Poole setting up DiVincenzo. And Lamb, what an offensive rebound. He'll dribble out and take the three. If that had gone, that would have been the play of the night.
The Warriors just have too much energy. The Spurs cannot match this. They are not ready.
Lead at 30. The defense is there. The offense has been there all night. Anthony Lamb on the step around, and Moody following it home.
The Warriors are just saying, you guys do the wave out there. We're going to handle business on the court.
Greg Popovich is going to stop it. If you were going to script a way to begin a road trip,
just now.
The only two Warriors that have played that are not double figures are Iguodala and Draymond. And they've just done everything else to help you win. In terms of rebounding and defense, Andre with the pull there. Pool was spilled.
Well, Draymond talked about what they need to do on the road, being more methodical. And we talked about the margin for error being so much smaller on the road. Maybe you don't try some of the same daring passes you do at home. The shot selection has to be more on point. Everybody has to be locked in the defensive game plan, and they've done it all tonight for the most part.
And let's talk about when you say margin of error. It's a dangerous pass, it's a turnover, run back the other way. A careless foul where you're not locked in defensively and give up free throws. Like at home, you might get away with that stuff. You won't hear little tic-tac-toe to Looney to finish.
And a lot of times other teams' role players play better at home.
Right.
The crowd gets into it when you turn it over. So one turnover is more like 3 on the road almost, it seems like.
Eldon Johnson flipping it up and in. I think the other thing too is slow start at home maybe overcome because the crowd can get into it. You can't start slow on the road.
No. Especially with these young, rambunctious teams, you give them confidence like, oh, we're in the game with the Warriors. Let's keep playing. Let's keep knocking down threes when we're not even used to doing that.
That's a great point, partner. Jordan Poole rattling that out. You see Wiggins. You got a huge lead, and that's just an extra effort play for a new possession. And then Andrew and DiVincenzo tipping that up and out. Looney nearly. Wiggins again. What a possession for the Dubs.
They're still outworking him. Sohan got outworked, and he's like a high-energy guy, high motor. Andrew Wiggins outworked him. Everybody's crashing the glass, giving him a taste of their own medicine on the offensive boards.
That was playoff Wiggins rebounding right there.
Look at Wiggins' ball pressure, though. They have forgotten about the score. They're playing like it's 0-0. The Spurs are like, wait a minute, aren't you guys up by a lot? Why are you playing like this?
Well, I think now you get some internal competition of DiVincenzo's playing well, and then Moody's like, all right, I'm subbing in for Dante. I'm going to play well. Then Wiggins is like, remember, I'm the starter.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, this is just good to see. You just keep daring the one-year player out of Baylor, the #1 pick, just to keep shooting. Sohan just doesn't have that jumper yet.
That's the next part of his game. He cuts and moves well without the ball. Does a lot well, but Jordan Poole misses that one. But it's something that defenses are going to continue to give him, that jump shot.
So first playing time for Blake Wesley, the rookie out of Notre Dame, who had a knee injury earlier in the season. He and Sohan were the 2 #1 picks for San Antonio. Wesley 1 year for the Irish. Iguodala can still high-rise. He's second oldest player in the league, coming up on a birthday, and Andre ducking that down.
I wonder if that takes more out of him doing that now this late in his career. He's going to have to ice a little more, stretch a little more, a few more sessions of yoga.
Wiggins, little push in the back, and Keita Bates-Diop will get the opportunity for the free throw and the foul.
Andre used to get a lot higher than this when he gets a fast break opportunity. Well, look at the bench. It's like, get up, old man.
Oh, man.
Those legs working.
I just call him Mr. Iguodala. I'm not going to discuss his age like that. I mean,
hey, he embraces his age. Look how well he's taking care of his body. I'd be proud of my age if I looked like that at his age.
Jack in the box for this free throw.
Red Bull infusions and tiny tacos are the perfect pair. Take that, ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, Andre Iguodala has an imprint on so many of the younger Warriors, but don't forget that he can play well. As Wiggins on the post-up inside.
He's still impactful, and he doesn't have to score to impact the game. We know that about him.
Iguodala again, knocking it away. Poole sensing a seam and kicking it out to Wiggins. I think this is a good run, though. Get Andrews' three-point shot feeling like it was before he went down with the injury. Like Wesley dropping in the jumper.
It's in games like this, I just wish Wiseman was healthy because
yes.
This would be a perfect game for him to just get a long stretch out there.
Jordan Poole putting it up and in. Greg Popovich will stop it again. So 4:52 left. It has been all Warriors all night in front of 68,323 in NBA history in San Antonio.
He said Aaron enjoyed it, Jill enjoyed it, so hey, it's going to continue.
Looney with a dunk to continue the onslaught from the Warriors, 142 to 103.
Can I give a big shout out?
Certainly.
I got to give a big shout out to my wife Cassandra, who's here tonight. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, my wife Cassandra, celebrating 32 years in a couple of months.
Wow,
She's been,
congratulations.
Yeah, I'm the assistant coach at home. I know my role and I star in my role.
She calls you coach all the time.
Yeah. I got some folks from my team here tonight, Avery Capital. They're in the house.
Oh, you did? You brought some of your team down, didn't you?
Brought
You
some
told
of
me
my
that?
team now. My business partner, John Bailey, and the rest of our team. They're all here. Brianna, Spencer, Kevin, yeah, Abe.
The whole group
the
here.
team,
That's
man,
fabulous.
the team. They're loving San Antonio.
Yeah.
You know, they had a chance to hang out at the Riverwalk earlier.
You're a smart man. You know that, AJ? Give a shout out to Cassandra.
Yeah.
I got my bosses over there too. She's over there sitting across the court. She does everything. So, you know, she does everything for me, and she lets me know that too, right? Like she should.
Yeah. A couple of business partners. Joe Bryan is here, and his wife there. Man, I just feel the love. Chauncey and Kimberly, I just love everybody. We have a big dinner tonight.
Just a
You
second.
want to join me?
You
wanna join me?
Don't
I'm
tell me
buying.
where you're going.
I'm buying.
Don't tell. I got a crew too. That's the thing. I got 8 or 9.
I got a list of the 68,000 here. Did you want to read them and say thank you?
Sounds like he's getting an award.
I needed some
like the Oscars.
I'm trying to get some brownie
I
points.
know one thing. Avery's not paying for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
He's paid it off already.
AJ has long arms. I mean, his you know, he can reach to the bottom of his pockets. I know a couple of guys. Boy, their arms got really short when the bill came.
Poole the miss and Roby comes away
David
with a
Robinson.
rebound.
Oh, I didn't say anything, AJ. You're bringing that one up.
$142-107, unfortunately, as it's a little damper on the night, but not really, because we have had so much fun here tonight. And if you think you know the game, well, you could turn your picks into prizes with Call Your Shot. It's presented by Bet365. Download the Spurs app now and play for free. Make the right calls, and you can win courtside seats, VIP experiences, signed Spurs gear, and more. Download the Spurs app now to play Call Your Shot, presented by Bet365. The Warriors will be snapping a 3-game losing streak, and a great way for them to start their road trip.
Well,
Spurs have got a nice little homestand here, and hopefully when they get back to their home, the AT&T Center Sunday, they'll be able to fix things against Sacramento.
won't be easy. Sacramento looking to make the playoffs this year. Like Avery said earlier, Mike Brown doing a great job with that team. De'Aaron Fox is...
he should be all-star.
Yeah, he's one of the quickest guys, if not the quickest baseline to baseline in the league. It'll be an interesting game. You guys better be ready from the start.
Bates Diop with that 3. As we start to, of course, the Warriors are the defending champs, but Memphis and Denver are deadlocked at the top. You think either of those teams, Avery, are true title contenders, or do you think they fade?
I'm a little bit concerned about Denver during playoffs.
Got to prove it.
Right, specifically, you know, Jokic is outstanding offensively, but, you know, teams tend to search him out a little bit on the defensive end. I mean, the Warriors did it right last year. He's always involved, and can you string together enough stops?
Right.
And one of my former assistants and teammates is on that staff, Popeye Jones. I just don't think you can count the Warriors out, independent of what their record is. As long as they can make it to the dance, the game, the playoffs, I think they're still dangerous. It's hard to beat this team 4 times in a 7 to 10 day period.
Johnson with the steal, gives it up, and Roby brings the hammer back.
That had to feel good.
Yeah.
Great job there by Stanley just to play the passing lane and drop it off. Share the love a little bit.
And this is about culture. Still competing to the last second.
Warriors have set an opponent's season high tonight with 144 points. The previous high was the Lakers at 143 back in November against the Spurs. The Spurs had the entire lineup play tonight. Everyone that played did score. And both teams, that was the case, as scoring spread up and down the lineup. Trey Jones led the way for the Spurs with 21. Keldon Johnson was 17. And the Warriors, who hit 16 threes tonight, to the Spurs just 8. They had it going all night long. And that'll put an end. 144, 113, the final scores. Pop and Steve Kerr will meet at center court. And the Warriors to 21 and 21 now, even 500, and the Spurs fall to 13 and 30 in this game 43 before they host the Sacramento Kings coming up on Sunday. But still, a special, special night. Hope you enjoyed it at home as much as we did bringing it to you here. So many people responsible to thank for that. It has been a fun, fun night, fellas.
Yeah, thank you guys. When is the next game? When is the next Spurs game?
Sunday.
I'll be back. I'm coming back.
All right. Do it. We'd
I
love
wish
to
I
have
could.
you.
Thank you guys. I felt the love. Thanks, everybody.
It was great to have
Love
you,
you,
man.
Sean.
You're
Yeah,
the
thanks,
man.
Bill. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to the crew.
Good time.
Go Spurs, go. Love
He's got a dynamic personality as well.
And that's important.
Alexander Walker from the corner. And the Jazz now have missed 12 consecutive three-point attempts. Sixers in town tomorrow night. Markelle Fultz back to work out front. Banchero. He only took 5 shots through in the first half of play. So the Jazz did good jobs getting a body up on him. There's a rebound. Clarkson in the crowd.
Yeah, the defense has just been really good.
Hang it up and hit. Went right past Wendell Carter Jr. and Jordan Clarkson now in double figures with 11.
And that's when you don't mind that the 3-ball is not going like you want to, because you're mixing it up. You're not just settling out there. Jordan Clarkson getting a high percentage one.
Went off the hands of Paulo.
Right here, never touches it with the offhand. Just throws the defense off rhythm.
This got word from the Magic PR that Gary Harris will not return. Has a right hand injury being evaluated at the moment. And the Jazz just turned it over. 9 in the first half. And the first here in the second. Pass out. Banchero short through the hands of Kessler. Attacking, scoring, the bucket by Carter, and a free throw to come.
Yeah, Walker Kessler kicking himself for trying to chase down that ball. He overruns it, can't get back into the play, and Carter Jr. takes advantage.
The foul's on Malik, his first. Seventh pick overall back in 2018 by Chicago. And a three-point play. 4-point game, 63-59.
Yeah, Jazz are in need of an early run here in the third quarter. Got to get some space again between them and Orlando. Little breathing room.
Beasley passes out. Alexander Walker, baseline, keeps the dribble alive, out to Beasley. Shot clock under 5. He'll take the 3. Coming up short again. The Jazz lit on that bucket from downtown. There's a Euro step inside to drive the bucket. And Franz Wagner drives it inside. 13 with a free throw to come.
Yeah, Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets that foul on the reach, and a downhill Wagner. Watch the reach right there. And normally if you do that, even if Nickeil didn't get him, looks like he missed him there. You know, that angle can get you a foul call.
So a couple of three-point plays here for the Magic to open up the second half, and Utah's lead trimmed down to 1. 2 minutes into this third quarter, 63-62. And we went back, go back to the same conversation we had, Thurl, in the first half. You let teams stick around, much like a young Orlando team, and all it does is you gain confidence each and every minute.
Yeah, it's kind of like a snowball effect, right? They know they can hang with you for this long, so they continue to stick with what's working. As the Jazz miss a free throw there, you continue to give them confidence. All they want is an opportunity to win.
Jazz 21-23 and 13-7 at home. Orlando 16 wins overall, 6-14. Away from Orlando, Clarkson tries to squeeze one in down the baseline. Somehow got that offensive rebound. Clock resets. The cutting. Larry Markkanen short, tapped up, and a foul.
The Jazz had to work for that whistle. Jordan Clarkson coming up short on his shot, but they're attacking, which is a great thing. Right here, Larry Markkanen tries to get it to go in on the way down. Jazz keep their hands on him.
Game like a champ with supersonic Wi-Fi and 3 times the bandwidth. Unbeatable.
Points in the first half on 10 shots. Makes the first. Dials in the second, and that one will roll in. That's a free throw the hard way. 17 to lead the Jazz for Markkanen. 11 by Clarkson, 11 by Kessler. inside, push it up, one bounce and down by Carter.
Walker Kessler tried to show on the help there. He wasn't able to get back quick enough to Carter Jr.
Beasley, stop and go drive. Ball pops out of his hands. The Magic can take the lead with a bucket. Nickeil Alexander-Walker quick. Oh yes, I love the hustle. Races down, picks it off. He was out of bounds, no place to go. And T throws it off the legs of Jalen Suggs.
Well, the Jazz turn it over, but are able to, like you said, get the hustle with Nickeil coming back, giving the Jazz back the possession.
With Gary Harris out, Suggs gets a start here in the third quarter. There's another steal, hand in the lane, Banchero, and it equals a transition bucket off the turnover. That's a 10-2 run, and the first lead since the first quarter, 10-8. 66-65. What was an 11-point advantage is now totally evaporated on Utah.
Yeah, and the 12th turnover for the Jazz.
Inside, Alexander-Walker, nice Euro step in. First bucket for Nickeil.
And it's surprising too, because you expect a young team like the Magic to turn the ball over, and they've only turned it over 8 times.
There's an attack mode right there, Banchero. Now he throws his body around, T. That's what he's trying to build that notoriety about, that body of 6'11", 250.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to give the Jazz a heavy dose. He's got some shots to make up.
Clarkson fouled out front.
Banchero, with only 5 shots in the first half, wants to take advantage whenever he can. And he gets past JC and gets right into the body of Walker Kessler, so he can't get his shot blocked.
Jalen Suggs, the foul. That puts Clarkson at the line. 20 years old, Paulo Banchero. Like you said, 1 year at Duke and out. Clarkson comes up short. We look at numbers tonight, 33 rebounds in all, 8 by Clarkson. That ties his season high. One more. And that one jumps out. They get a lane violation? Yes, they did. Suggs will give JC one more shot. T, I think that's the second time this year. This is game 45. That's the second lane violation that comes to mind.
Yeah, they don't make that call that much because everybody's pretty much in the lane a little too early.
That's part of the game, right?
Yeah, it's a matter of whether the shot makes or misses.
12 points for Clarkson. Got a whistle away from the ball. Down on the baseline. Looks like it's on Alexander Walker. That's 4 on Nickeil. Colin Sexton will check in.
You see, it's been physical down there the whole night. You see Wagner with the left hand. He didn't get caught for that. It's always kind of that second action that gets caught, and Nickeil got caught on it.
Sexton, 13 minutes in the first half. Ball stripped. The Jazz collapse in the paint, force a turnover. Clarkson strides into front court. He goes through a double team. Floats it home, no. Rebounded, Kessler kept it high. Out to Sexton. Shot clock hits 9. Beasley steps to his left. Three's up and out. But followed by Clarkson wouldn't drop. Beasley dives on the floor. Carter has it and passes off to Banchero, who scores it. Up and over, marketed.
Jazz with a rough time on that last possession. Had some good looks at it, just could not finish.
Jazz need a 3-ball to fall. 7 of 24. Marketing drives baseline, spins, hangs it up. That ball comes off the left side of the rim. And all you're doing right now is giving the Magic a lot of confidence in this third quarter.
Yeah, give the Magic credit. Their defense has been really good. They've collapsed on the Jazz, allowing them to make threes. And they're just staying close in this game. Matter of fact, taking the lead in this game. And that's confidence enough right there.
JC gives it up. Sexton dribble into the paint. He goes. Passes back out. JC, one hop pass. He's got it. Takes it up. Rattles out. Walker Kessler couldn't get the tip to drop on the Jazz right now, struggling. They've scored just 7 points so far in this third quarter, nearly halfway through. A 14-7 advantage in the third quarter for Orlando.
Yeah, and the Jazz's inability to score is kind of taking the air out of the gym.
Blocked, and a foul, though, whistled on Kessler. As Carter Jr. still face down on the floor here in SLC. It's amazing, T. You score 36 in the first quarter. You're held to 7 with 6:12 to play in quarter number 3. Magic on the road by 2. Cents.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's not an easy task either, Bowler.
No, with a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds.
That's exactly right.
Utah has missed 15 of their last 19 shots. And that's back to the second quarter. You add that up, that's 21%. Here comes Colin Sexton on the drive. Reverse shot. Hey, but how about 2 the hard way?
Yeah. Colin made it look easy, though. They drove him off the three-point line. He went baseline, used the left side of that rim to get it off the glass.
That slows down a 15-5 run. Markelle Fultz out front. Reset, one-on-one. Sexton in the paint. 3 yellow jerseys collapse, and the rebound pulled in by Marketing. Good paint defense by the Jazz. Sexton backs out. 3-point line, 16 to shoot. He'll take the 3. Rainbows it up. Got it. My goodness, finally. And that is the first 3 made by the Jazz since late in the first quarter.
And Jazz needed a dose of Colin Sexton. They need the energy back. You saw him get to the rim and now knock that three-pointer down. Get this crowd back into the game.
Markkanen, loose ball comes out to Lowry. He'll drive. Fouled from behind and 2 shots on the way for the finisher. Still down on his back. That looked to be a hard foul by Jalen Suggs. Right across the head, and he's still down.
Well, Lowry tried to Euro step it as he was going downhill, and you hate to see that with any player, but especially for the Jazz. A player like Lowry, who is so important. Right here downhill, you see him step over and then
pushing the back.
Got sandwiched there.
You know, you saw JC tossed down for a flagrant 2 just 2 games ago. And, you know, it's all defined by what the official sees, as he did go over the top of the shoulders.
But it looked like he got swiped across the head there.
Will Hardy's having a conversation as we speak. Markkanen
probably saying, I'm not sure why you're not going to look at that. Let's see if he gets swiped across the head. Right there.
Looked like he took a double dose.
By Jalen Suggs.
High and low. Second one good. Jazz rally back to take a 3-point lead. 74-71. Markkanen 7 of 9 from the line. Bull, and he traveled. And we see that call made so many times. You park yourself in the corner and you shuffle the feet just enough to get comfortable with that 3-point shot, and you travel.
Yeah, and nice job by Ochai. Really closing out well. Bobo can hit that 3, but the closeout was so good that he felt like he needed to take advantage. It took just too many steps.
Rolling up on 4.5 minutes to play. Third quarter. Markkanen makes the high catch, gathers, the shot is away, and a foul. 2 more coming up for Lowry. The whistle on Terrence Ross, who has returned. First foul on Ross.
The all-powerful Kia SUVs assembled in Georgia.
Working on yet another 20-point game for the Jazz. And there it is. 20 from Markkanen. 8-0 run over the last minute and a half for the Jazz. 76-71.
Lowry's also 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Sitting at 8 rebounds right now.
He went 25 and 16 against the Cavaliers.
See the physicality there of Chero. There's no question. Well, his mother played college basketball at Washington.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah, and she led the program all-time leading scorer. You look at where he is scoring rookies this year.
I mean, behind AI and Blake Griffin, then Luka, Tim Duncan.
And his dad played football, so that's where the physicality comes in. Mom was probably more physical than the dad, but Pontero's doing a nice job of using it early in his career.
Vando snags the rebound. 76-72 Utah. There's Sexton. Ochai from the corner. Ball comes loose, rebounded, picked up by Ross. And the Magic back in the front court. Markkanen shuts down the paint. Back inside goes Carter. Bouncing out. Contact's made. Vando's still down. Here comes JC across midcourt. He wants to go coast to coast and does. JC, a little magic on that run. Scores it off the window. 14 for Clarkson.
Beautifully done by Jordan. I mean, he's going down here. You just don't know what to expect, but Jordan does a nice job of using that right hand to stretch out for that bucket.
Utah trying to close out this third quarter on a high note. JC back to work between his legs. There's a foul, offensive foul in the paint. It's on Markkanen.
See a magic trick. There it is. Jordan Clarkson, beautiful job downhill, stretching out again, never touching it with that offhand. Get to the rim.
See, as a former player, it's just that little look off that can freeze you for just a moment on the defensive end, and then the offensive player will continue on. And JC's brilliant at that.
Especially in an ISO situation where there's only one guy to get by.
14 points, 9 rebounds for JC. Ross stops and pops. Jumpers up, out. And Vanderbilt fights Markkanen for the rebound.
Well, I like it. There were 4 yellow shirts in there on that rebound. Jazz are doing a better job of kind of gang rebounding.
Magic have missed their last 5 shots. The Jazz back to work. Markkanen fouled. A block called on Banchero. That'll be 2 on the rookie. Make that 3. Puts Markkanen at the line. You know, this is so impressive. Luka, Embiid, LeBron, Tatum, Giannis, and Markkanen. Scoring since December 20th. That's the night of All-Star voting. That's when it all began. And the finishers up there nearly 31 points a game. And that is elite status, those top 6.
Sounds like a switch flipped around All-Star voting. I mean, Lauri Markkanen is the kind of guy, though, that he doesn't show a lot of emotion out there, but he gets a lot of support from his teammates, just saying, "Hey, Lauri, you're an all-star, dude. Just keep going out and playing like it." He takes that to heart.
Utah 11-1 run over a 3-minute span, under 3 minutes to play, and a 7-point lead. 3 balls up. And that shows you also the range of Banchero.
Yeah, I told you he had some making up to do. He only took 5 shots. He's taken 10. 13 points.
Sexton mid-range shot comes loose. Rebounded by Ross. That last bucket was the first by Orlando since the 7:22 mark of this quarter. Ochai reaches in for the rebound. Back comes JC. Belt high dribble, right hand. Spins from Ross, flips it to Ochai. Make that Colin Sexton on the far side of the floor. He'll take a 3. Bang! Got it. Colin, welcome back with a 16-point night.
Did I say he was on minute restriction? He played about 12, a little over 12 and a half minutes in the first half.
He's played 7 here in the third quarter. He's at 19. Jackknife shot, rolls out, Markkanen there.
Great patience by Colin. He's just got so much good energy, and he's able to kind of corral that the first shot.
Markkanen cups it, fouled from behind, takes a tumble down. Slow start for the Jazz.
he's using every single second that he's out there to his advantage.
Taking a rest at the moment. Taylor Horton-Tucker checks in. Free throw is good. And Markkanen now living at the line here in the second half. 22 points in all and 11 of 14 from the stripe. Third quarter alone, he's 7 of 10, make it 8 of 11. And Phil, it always goes back to that combo. How do you become a 25, 27-point scorer in the NBA? Line, free throws.
That's right. Especially in this NBA where, you know, you don't have a playbook for Larry Markkanen. He just, the ball finds him.
Franz Wagner, that's a nice move around Ochai. He looked outside first, leaned in down along the baseline in a 16-point game for Franz Wagner. Cutter. Beasley back to THT. Three's on the way. Takes a hard kick out. Bando runs it down.
Maybe ball given to him a little early. You see the defense just waiting right there for him. Right outside the restricted area was Mo Wagner.
Mo Bamba on the floor. Anthony. Taken away. Rudy Gay. Nicely done. He had a 1-on-3, and now he palmed it. Carried the ball over. It's a second or third call tonight made against both clubs.
Yeah, that call is really subjective. I think a lot of times if it gives you an advantage as an offensive player, then yeah, I see that. But Rudy Gay was just continuing his dribble down that right side.
Fourth turnover this quarter by the Jazz. Easy two down low inside goes Mo Wagner. The two Wagners tee have combined for 31. Cuddy, Ochai. THT gets a handoff. They go corner. Apache. 3-ball. Good look from the corner. Rebound Anthony. 93-87. Utah with the lead. Ball bounces out. Back inside. Mo Bamba. Block. Gay was there. Ball's loose. Picked up. Beasley. And the Jazz come the other way.
7 blocks.
Amazing.
7 blocks for Walker Kessler.
Teamed up with Rudy Gay to shut the door. Got the block. Nice pick out front. Shots away. No. Rebound. Ochai saves it in the corner. Kicks it out. THT. Bang. Dynamite.
Yeah, this is that period I was talking about. Very crucial for the Jazz to stay on pace right here. Good defense, capitalizing offensively. Put some space between you and this young Orlando team.
The lead is 9. Largest advantage in this game, 11 in the first half. Wagner shut down.
Walker Kessler is just continuously developing that reputation. Kind of got held off by Mo Wagner's left hand there as he went underneath the basket, but he's building a reputation for consistent shot.
11 for Mo Wagner. Got a whistle down on the floor. It'll be on Utah.
Here, THT behind the back between the legs.
And right over the backboard. JC's on the floor. Beasley comes out. So Ochai's on the floor with Rudy Gay, Taylor Horton-Tucker, JC, and Walker Kessler. 7:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Coming up short on that shot, Terrence Ross, and a loose ball foul.
Well, that's what Walker Kessler does well when he doesn't block shots. He's contesting very well. Right there, Mo Wagner trying to climb over the back and ends up kicking THT.
Yeah, Mo came over to say, hey, let me help you up. Third foul on Mo Wagner. JC slides, looking for a cutter. Kessler through his legs, dives on the deck, and they're going to finally get tied up and called. They get a timeout or a jump. They're going to jump it.
Oh, you see this? Oh.
Yeah, the heel coming back the other way. Right across the forehead of THT. Clarkson 6'4". will jump against the 6'11" Mo Wagner. Had a piece of it, and the ball comes up to Markelle Fultz. He'll drive, and it's going to be off Utah.
That's great, D.
Yeah, Ochai met him right at the numbers.
And that's hard to do, retreating in a way with Markelle Fultz going downhill. Ochai just squaring that right in front, going vertical. and tracks that basketball so he doesn't foul Markelle Fultz.
Ochai slowly getting more minutes. He had 18 against the Cavaliers. Wagner on the inbound to his brother. Mo takes a look at three, off the mark and off the hands of Gay. Did he save it? Yes, he did. He hugged the baseline and found THT. Ball pops free. Jazz run it down. Boy, what a crazy sequence here. They get Franz Wagner gets tied up with Horton Tucker. And they're going to call a foul on Utah.
A lot of activity going on here. You see the tie-up.
I mean, he had two hands on the ball. And
yeah, and Franz Wagner had his hand on the ball, but he's over the back of THT.
So they will jump it. Not a foul. There was a tie-up as Franz Wagner able to put one hand on top of the ball and force the jump.
Well, listen, the Wagner brothers they're not new to physicality. You know, Mo Wagner against Detroit not too long ago got in a little tussle up, got suspended for a couple of games. Shoved Killian Hayes out of bounds.
Vando checks in. Kessler comes out. Here's the jump. Jazz win it. Horton Tucker able to sky up at 6'6" to win that tip.
Well, I don't think he actually jumped that high. His arms are so long.
And here we go, the magician. We saw it not once, twice, three times. This is just simply what he does. Leads the league in fouls, being fouled behind the three-point line.
Yeah, he is so good at it, man.
Instant replay will be used to determine the legality of the closeout defender.
And that's all about that landing space as we talk about. I wonder if Jordan Clarkson knows who Bill Bixby is. Remember back in the day, what was that show called? The Magician.
Oh, The Magician, yeah.
Bill Bixby. Right there is the space. Oh, yeah.
Fourth time, if that foul holds, which I believe it will, the fourth time he's been fouled on three-point attempts in the last two fourth quarters of play.
I think it meets the criteria too, Bolo.
Oh, yeah. You go up and you come right back down on his feet. You go sideways, Thurl. 99% of the time you're going to draw. You're going to commit the foul.
Yeah, especially if that offensive player's foot comes down. There you go.
Here's Mark Davis.
Instant replay has determined the closeout by Fultz to be unnecessary contact as he doesn't allow the shooter to land. Flagrant foul, penalty 1.
So a flagrant foul, penalty 1. JC's waiting for everybody to join him. He's tied his career high in rebounds tonight with 11. He'll get 3 free throws. And the first point scored by JC in the fourth. Short. 16. This will be the 32nd free throw for the Jazz. 37 attempted against the Cavaliers Tuesday night. And the Jazz now have a 10-point lead, 99-89. America First is the official credit union of the Utah Jazz. If you're game for getting more for your money, join today at your neighborhood branch or AmericaFirst.com. Clarkson, 3, up and out.
Good look, though. Well, we talked about that first 5 or 6 minutes of this quarter. Jazz have definitely put some space in between them. Maybe not enough quite yet, but with stops like this and hopefully buckets on the other end, they can put this thing away in the next 3.
Bando rebounds. Clarkson dribble drive in the paint. He was passing behind his back. He didn't see Bando cutting into the paint. Turned it over. There's a lean-in bucket. No. Rebound the other end by Horton Tucker. Utah now with 6 turnovers in the 4th quarter alone. 17 overall. Markkanen wiggles into the paint. Shot. Draws a foul. And the whistle's on Mo Bamba.
Larry Markkanen, so clever, going to the line for his 18th and 19th time. But right here in the ISO situation, post up, gets right into the body of Mo Bamba.
17, make it 18 free throws. 26 in all. You remember that Markkanen back in the 3rd quarter became just a 3rd NBA player in the last 5 years to score 10+ points on 0 made field goals, and that streak continues. All of his points, T, in the second half from the line.
Yeah.
I mean, how odd is that? Not even and one.
Yeah, it's very odd, but very intentional as Markelle Fultz gets away with one underneath. Very intentional by Lowry. I mean, there are nights you know that your shot is not going, but you still have an advantage. You're a great free throw shooter. Get yourself on the line, and it gives you confidence.
37 free throws against the Cavaliers, 34 tonight against the Magic. Fultz into the paint, just scored. Here's a 3-ball attempt, good, drained it. Mo Bamba deep. First bucket for Mo. Played his college ball at Texas. He can't shoot the 3, 37% on the year. And Markkanen picks up foul number 2. Jazz hoping to close out the Magic. Confident after that 3-point win against Lillard and the Blazers on Tuesday night. Both teams rested on this Friday the 13th. There's a one-step Euro inside and the bucket good. Wagner just had that big giant leap inside. 24 for Franz Wagner.
Just another thing for the Jazz to try to continue to improve on is closing out games.
Markkanen down inside. Beautiful pass, just could not complete. The layup. Fultz spins, puts it up and in. Watch out. So all of a sudden, little mini run. And it is a 5-point game as we cross the 4-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Driving off the glass, JC just has a way. 21 for Clarkson.
Speaking of a guy who's starting to become known as a great finisher in the second half, not Larry Markkanen, I'm talking about Jordan Clarkson. Doing a great job of kind of setting the table, being the floor general out there.
Yeah, 9 at halftime, 12 here in the second, total of 21. Looks inside, ball batted down, and Sexton tries to get the steal. JC, the lone man, back on the drive inside. Got help, got help.
They called that a bucket?
Ochai came out of nowhere. And now the Jazz stand flat-footed looking at what do you...
Oh, that's a blocked shot. I don't believe it hit the backboard first, but it was still on the upward trajectory. Let's see. Oh, and you know what? If it's a tie at the top, it goes to the shot blocker. That was close.
Chorus of boos. I love the effort, though, from Ochai. JC trots past the timeline. Kessler at the bench with Beasley to check in. JC, did he lose it? Yes, he did. Out of bounds.
Yeah, they're blitzing JC.
They blitzed him big on that sideline.
Yeah, that's really like a third defender because there's nowhere to go over there.
22nd turnover, 9 here in the 4th quarter. A 5-point game with 3 minutes to play. Bencaro launches up a jumper. First bucket here in the 4th. 3-point spread, 105-102. This game's for the taking, either side. 13-4 run, Orlando. Clarkson inside Markkanen. Wagner puts a body up on Markkanen. There's a steal. This is showtime coming. Bencaro.
Yeah, just, you know, this is a little reminiscent, Bowler. I mean, the Jazz struggled early on after Christmas. A 9-game stretch, they lost by 5 points or less in 7 games. But hopefully they've kind of learned from that. Another turnover.
Another giveaway. Sexton trying to feed inside. Ball deflected out. Run it out. Bencaro. This time it won't drop, and JC climbs the ladder up for the rebound. Clarkson now with 21 and 12. 2 minutes, under 2 to play, in the Jazz holding on to a 1-point lead. Do you like drama? We got another one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure I can take a lot of this kind of drama.
Deep, Clarkson, no. Rebound, Kessler was able to hold off Mo Bamba. Here's Markkanen on the drive inside. He hits the deck, no foul. We play on. Bencaro on a drop inside. The catch, hook it, score it. And just like that, Orlando has taken the lead back with 1:18 to play. Mo Bamba hooks up his 5th point of the quarter, 106-105.
Well, we talked about that snowball effect with confidence, right? You let a team hang around, they're going to really believe that they can beat you. They just want a shot at it. And the Magic have really, they've given themselves that chance with 1:18 to go. Jazz, 24 turnovers, killing them, especially at this part of the game. They're defensively getting physical with the Jazz inside. You see Bamba right there. Then the go-ahead bucket too high for Walker Kessler to get to.
Overall, it's a 17-4 run over a 4.5-minute span. And if you break it down into the 2-minute category, 8-0. And the Jazz basically just trying to hand this one away with 11 fourth-quarter turnovers.
Yeah. And as much as the Cavalier win was exhilarating, Jazz can't afford to lose this game. I mean, talk about one of those games that will stick with you for a while. You'll be looking back on. So you got to come up with some more magic here on both ends. Literally.
Jazz have been in this position multiple times. Jazz Nation knows that throughout the season. A couple of early season forced overtime wins. There's been magical victories and games lost that should have been won.
That's right. Jazz need a bucket here for sheer confidence. Just taking care of it, getting the right look.
JC off to Sexton. You have to be careful with the pass. They double. There's a lob down to Clarkson. Shot clock, plenty of time. 12. JC rolls inside. Double pumps. Hangs on a pivot off to Sexton. Shot clock now rolls to 6, down to 5. He'll pump up a 2. Got it. That's a clutch bucket right there for Collin, who's back after missing 5 consecutive games.
That's a young bull right there.
18 for Sexton. Clutch bucket. Now you have to get it done defensively. Inside layup. Sliding away. Fultz. 6-point fourth quarter. Back and forth we go. 108-107.
Well, Banchero and Bamba had Walker Kessler busy down in that paint. He was not able to help out on that drive.
Clarkson again. Oh, somehow! Magician! He pulled one out of his hat.
Abracadabra.
23. He was trapped. JC somehow leaned and found space and scores. 30 ticks to play.
How about a clutch stop?
1-point game. Wagner. Rebound. Marketing. And now the Jazz. 1 second. Separate shot clock, game clock. And the Magic will play the foul game.
Mahar could take it, Bowler.
Oh, we come to work. You never know what to expect.
Is that what they're calling it now, work? Man, this is fun.
Oh, my. JC, magical. And Sexton, clutch.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson, you expect nothing different. You give the ball to a guy who's been there before, and he'll show you what to do with it.
Jazz Nation, if you're at home, if you haven't buckled up by now, I don't know what's going on. I nearly fell out of the chair. But wow, 109, 108, a lot of time. Here we go, 19.4 seconds. They're going to put backcourt pressure on Market, and he clears, nearly got it to Sexton. And a foul call by Mark Davis. That looked like a great pass caught over the shoulder.
Yeah. And Fultz did not give Sexton enough room to come down right there. He just meets him as he comes down. And you got to give that offensive player some room.
That will be the third whistle on Markelle Fultz.
Oh, that's a collision for you there.
Sexton now just kind of calmly walking around, catching his breath. Oh, so much to talk about once again. Stay close. Jazz postgame presented by Siegfried and Jensen. They've been injured people in Utah now for over 30 years. 15.4 to play. T, 1-point game.
I'm going to guess that restricted minutes number was going to be around 23, 24.
He's right at it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Will Hardy tried to time it as he misses the first. He was trying to time it to let him finish. Kessler now will come in. And out goes Beasley. Ochai stays on the floor with Clarkson, Sexton, Marketing, and Kessler. This is a big shot. Missed them both. Kessler rebounds. Rebounds. Oh, the putback. Marketing follows and hits. Unbelievable. Can you believe that?
Goodness gracious. I don't think the basket's going to count.
No, it will not.
But watch the long arms of Walker Kessler. Been doing it all night. Rips it away. Misses the shot.
No bucket.
Oh, it's good to be tall. And it's good to be Walker Kessler.
So Mark Davis is motioning for Banchero to the bench, so he is fouled out.
Now, I'm going to tell you, well, these 2 free throws will go a long way for Walker Kessler. He's in a clutch situation. He's a young rookie. He's had a great night.
Mark Davis invited him to the bench, and he's taking a long walk as they now replace him with Mo Wagner. See, this crowd exploded. Hard to hear the whistle before the market and bucket. So no hoop, obviously, and 2 free throws. Section just missed 2. Here we go.
Get in there.
Yeah. Oh. Nothing's easy. Look at the smile on this kid's face. Makes the first.
Come on, big guy.
And the second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Walker trying to close the deal.
Clutch.
111. NBA.
It is.
You're looking for a 3-point shot to tie.
But I think they'll look to go right to the hoop unless a guy like Wagner's wide open. Side.
Fultz counts down to 3, down to 4, just got it inbounded. There's Wagner, picked up by Markkanen.
Now it has to be
Steps 3, block, that's it, that's it. The Jazz get the defensive stop with 4.9 to play.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And that wasn't Kessler.
No.
It was the all-star hopeful Lauri Markkanen.
It was Lauri Markkanen channeling his inner Walker Kessler on a great defensive play. And the guy who hasn't shot well all night can do other things. Lauri Markkanen saying, Wagner, not tonight.
Each night is a journey for Jazz Nation. Each night. And missed free throws only extends sometimes what the total outcome will be. Markkanen has missed 4 free throws now, 16 of 20. Makes the second. And that is a 4-point game with 4.9 left. Utah trying to creep up to that 500 mark. A win tonight would put them at 22-23, 14-7 at home, with Philadelphia coming to town tomorrow night.
just incredible over the last 10, 11 games how close these games have been for the Jazz. And
well, Thurl, it goes back to the conversation, those 5 losses by a combined 15 points. And you think on a given night in the NBA, 15, 17, 20-point losses are commonplace.
You may have been able to put a lot more distance between you and the Magic.
All right, here we go for the final 4.9. Bamba hands it off, fumbled. Fultz got it away. That ball skips off the iron, and the Jazz do survive. They survive the Orlando Magic. At one point, led by 12, they gave the